Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Justin Tuminowski, and you're obviously here watching DealSauce. So check it out. You're going to be tuning into a live tutorial hangout, webinar, screen share, and we're with newbies, experienced investors. We're with everybody. So you're going to check out all the different questions. We're going to go through some strategies. We're going to check out different features, what's different about DealSauce than PropStream and other services. So hang out, sit back, relax. If you're on your way to work, on the way home from work, going to the gym, whatever it is, there's always something for everybody. And if you don't see something covered, let me know. Go in the comments. Go give me a subscribe. Come on another video. Go throw it in the comments. Tell me if there's something you want to see or something you can't find. I'll try to create that video for you and answer that question. But until then, I will see you on the next one. And thanks for stopping in. Good evening, everyone. Happy Monday, April 7th, 2025. I am not as pretty as Jenna. You might hear a deeper voice. I'm sorry. I apologize. Jenna I think it's her birthday today. So she wanted to take the day out. So you're stuck with me, unfortunately. But good to see everybody. Got a good little crowd this late. It's 9:30 East Coast. I actually enjoy this. And I know Rose Martin's in the crowd. I thought of you specifically when they asked me for this because I don't get to do things at night. Although I'm working, I don't get to do any of these fun projects. So good to see everyone in here. I'm going to bring up the chat here, and I want to hear if anyone is stuck who was brand new, someone who hasn't been in here. We had some AI note takers in here. Robert Harris, what's up? So yeah, guys, please, I'm going to go through unless some folks have some things they want to jump into, I'm more than happy to do any of that. I'm here for you. I'm here for anyone who wants to get something new to the sauce. Thanks, Chris. So I can go through some of the newest features. Those who at Squad Up Summit last week, there were a lot of releases literally when we were there. And the dev team was pushing it because I told them, let's get things ready because I don't know what I'm in for. Pace could say, hey, DealSauce, we're up. And I wanted to make sure we had cool features for everybody and the newest features. But yeah, we didn't even get to go through them. So I'm excited. All right. So Cindy, here to learn about DealSauce, what it's all about. Great. Let's get into it. So yeah. And guys, if you're Doug, good to see you. 4 months, lots to learn, haven't used the sauce. All right, cool. We'll go into it. So I actually saw, I don't know who it was, maybe someone in here tonight, but someone had a question a few times inside of I get to see some of the support questions. We have a Slack channel. Although I'm not the person behind there, if they have an issue with a question or they don't have the answer to a question, they'll reach out to some of us. And one of them, someone was looking for wholesale opportunities and they were looking for novations. I thought that was interesting because, I'll go into it, but I have suspicions that this person might be newer, and that's great. But I just want to say, we just don't get wholesale deals. You can go after lists, and those are the things we need to know. But maybe it was just the criteria point they were looking for to have a specific search topic for give me wholesale deals. Well, we'll refine that. And then novations. I think what we'll do is we'll do a quick button for those. You got it, Elizabeth. We'll get you in here. So let me jump in here now, guys. Can everyone see this clearly? Hope so. All right. Yeah. Awesome. What up, Neil?
What up?
Been a minute.
It has been a minute. For sure. Actually, Justin, while we're on this, love to understand the difference between this and PropStream.
Love it. Absolutely. So let's do that.
Or PropWire as well.
PropWire. So Jerry's, you know what? I'm guilty of not spending enough time in PropWire, but I need to get in there more. I think it was in the urinal in the bathroom. Guys will say the weirdest thing. So someone saw me in Squad Up Summit. I think we were in the bathroom. I hate to be weird. And he's like, hey man, what you ever see about PropWire and the data and MLS and PropWire's data and your data? And I'm saying, well, all the data is pretty much the same. And I do know we join actually MLSs ourselves, brokerage. That's how we originally started all this. We were going to try to join every big major city and get our own brokerage. So we had the best data possible. That challenge was insane. It wasn't the challenge. It was the time consuming that it would take. It just wasn't living up to the expectations. So we ended up going with a company that is doing the same thing. They've already done it, and we buy our information from them. So most of the data is the same, but I have to figure out a lot of our data. Some of our data might be getting stuck on the, if it's active, sold, canceled. So I have a conversation with the developers on that. But yeah, PropWire, and I think PropWire also does some free skip tracing, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it's good for skip tracing.
So that's something we're bringing in right now. We've been negotiating for a long time for it. I should get an update for you guys on that because, it doesn't matter as long as the numbers are good. If they're giving data away that it's not good, there's no point. But just to give you a high level, if we're going to ask about what's the difference between DealSauce and PropStream or any one of those, well, first of all, it's the customization. You're getting me in here. You're going to get Pace. I just talked to Pace this morning, and he said he was coming in, and he's going to be heavily invested in the next couple of weeks. After Squad Up Summit, he's putting the hammer down. So some of the easiest features that we just went through, even though this is very rudimentary, this is very basic. I'm not asking anyone to be impressed, although I'm happy that this is getting done. I said what we wanted to come in here. I wanted to come in the launch pad. If you're brand new, if you're seasoned, if you're an investor and you're a capital raiser or a lender, I want to have a place for everybody. And you should be able to come in here, and essentially the avatar guides here. It's a PDF. We are going to try to make some more interactive features, but yeah, I want people to come in here, understand what market they might want to go to if they don't know what market. Let's look at the heat maps. Let's look at this. Let's look at the U-Haul data. Let's get a comprehensive understanding of what we're doing here. So this is the inception of the tools, but I just wanted some basic calculators, and I'm talking basic. If I'm on the phone with a seller, I have to go on speakerphone, and if in my office and I have other guys on the phone, it gets loud. So I just wanted a quick calculator here. So, I mean, it's as easy as that. But this is a cool feature we just added. I'm buying this property. Well, I already bought this property, but it has a potential flood zone, and it was in an old opportunity zone. But guys, I just typed in the address to a property, and I'm just getting the basic 1,000-mile view of the property from lifestyle. So like wellness, noise, activities, transportation, schools, fire, the risk of flood, air quality, all that. So I think that's pretty awesome. This is all AI generated. So essentially you just type this address in. It's an aggregate of AI data from all pools. So again, just a custom feed. We asked for this 3 weeks ago and we got it. And we're going to develop it even deeper. So that's on a small scale. Underwriting software, whole other the portfolios is an entirely different ball game. And that's in with the basic subscription. So you get underwriting, you get back of house, 1 to 10, 10 being the best. Yeah, we'll put a scale in there. 1 is the best. But if you had a flood zone, on the flood, it's weird because if you had a flood, I'm a 3 out of 10. I think if I had an 8 or a 9, I'm in the flood zone. I'm on the ocean. Now, if I had a 3, I'm probably safe. Now, if we had school systems, though, for instance, if it's a 10, you're good. You're the best. So I do think we need to play around with that grading. I am not from Guilford, but I do have a property there. All right, sorry, I got distracted. So I wanted to show you the back of the house here. Let's take a look at this. So Neil, it's going to be, let's just say this was a deal we threw away. Little mobile home, Exeter, New Hampshire. We have cash underwriting. So I wanted quick and dirty math, max allowable offer. This is your wholesale. I just wanted these things here for people to understand what to think about when you're looking at a deal. There are expenses here that you need to be considerate of, and or the person who's buying it or signing it needs to be considerate of. So that's for the wholesale creative finance. We want to pull in the data that we know, and I want to start underwriting based on creative, PITI. That's the thing we talk about the most. Entry fee. So this calculates your entry fee, percentage of the purchase price. I even have the seller finance part in here where, if we have a subto hybrid, we want that in here. So all this in here, and even if you have to bring in hard money or private money, you can calculate that here. And then this is just underwriting based on the right-hand side, just quick and dirty on assumptions that we already have. So buy and hold, flip analysis. Again, this requires someone to go in there and fine tune their numbers and their calculators. But if you're not looking at the scoring system on the right-hand side, left-hand side is all you need. And this is, again, I'm always envisioning on the phone because a lot of our guys, if they're on a No One Left Behind challenge or they're talking to an agent or they're graduating to the next step and they have the mortgage information in front of them, or maybe the seller is telling us their information, which has happened, and they're reading their mortgage information, I want to be able to enter these numbers live. And they stick with the property. Good to see you, Edwin. So now they stick with the property. Let's go into that property. So now here's your other strategies you can do. I mean, there's a lot of things you can get into here. So I don't, for the sake of time, whoever's coming in here, again, this is in the basic subscription. Everyone gets this underwriting software. And it's a light CRM. There's so many things to do. So now here's the information that it was listed on market. So you have all your agent's information. You can make all your comments in here and they're all time-stamped. Talk to your team. But then you have all your calculators and you can put more in here and you can run it against different strategies and the strategies that you're doing. So then you have cash as well. So we can do a whole prospectus in here. We can do a cut sheet. There's so many things to do in here. So for the sake of time and going too high level, I want to let everyone know that this is in the portfolio section on the left-hand side. When you bring a property over from the search section, and I'll show you how to do that, this is where you can do your underwriting and or just maybe you're just grading it, underwriting it, throwing it away. Bring it in, go against your strategies. If you like it, pass it along. If you don't, throw it away. International. Yeah, we're only US only. I mean, if you're international, you can use the system, but unfortunately we don't have international. I want to show you guys that we actually have this little visual too. It's called the Kanban up here on the right-hand side. But this is essentially a Trello board, Monday board, same concept. And if your team's in here, you can say, I brought this in here and I want Justin to look at this. So Justin can take it. And then if he doesn't like it, maybe he submitted an offer on 26 Colby Road. So now it's understood that you're now communicating with your team. Oh, there's a new one in here. Someone just put it in, 23 to 25 Oak Street. I don't know. I need underwriting. So it's going to go to my other partner. So you can essentially have an oiled machine in here without having to buy another CRM now. Do I recommend people are going to have automations and telephones and SMS text messages going out to all these sellers? No, absolutely, Jen. I'll look at that. So Jen asked if we can please back up and show how you got there from your portfolio. It's just right here in portfolio. I just changed the view. So I have card view on the right-hand side, these blue boxes. I just went over to the third one from the left and I hit Kanban view and it changes the view. And you can change and edit all these designations here, these cells. So I hope that helps. So that is just the portfolios. Again, we went into 5% of it. That's included. Property search. That's where most of us spend time. And right out of the gate, I just want to let you guys know we have quick searches. Again, some of you on here, some of you have been here, some of you guys have heard some of these things. So if there's something you haven't seen, slow me down and or ask what you want. But we have Jamil, mine, we have some just boilerplate quick searches. However, I don't want to gloss over those and call them just boilerplate because we negotiated. Well, I think they tried to take it away, but I was able to get AI incorporated into those. So what you get in a basic subscription with DealSauce is all the features we're going to talk about tonight. There are some that are an additional tier, meaning, I guess I'll show you from here. We'll just go into, let me get into this. Let's go Arizona. So for one, we can search the whole state. That's one of my favorite features, Neil. I don't know if PropStream have changed their ways, but I could never search a state and or multiple states.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite features, bro. I can search.
That was on your YouTube video, the 5-minute one on Microfan with the New England. You can take all 3 states.
Bro, yeah. It's like you can also take, maybe if you were investing between New Mexico and here, it's more than 250 miles. That's lame. So right there to me was one of I'm a fisherman. I'm a deal finder. I like to fish for my deals. Right there unequivocally is my favorite feature. Like it's the stupidest one, but you gave me, don't put handcuffs on me when we're finding deals. So, but back to this, we're going to search the whole state. Here's the AI I was alluding to. For those who you don't know, there's AI technology in here. There's a retail, so most likely to sell retail. The higher the score, the more probable they're going to, less likely to go retail, most likely. Let me see this one again. I always confuse this one. So retail score is going to be the higher the score, more likely to go retail. Rental score, more likely, the higher the number, more likely to sell to a landlord. And then wholesale score, more likely to sell at a discount. The higher the number, up to 1,000, each one of these, the higher the score, essentially the better. But if you're on the rental side of things, or the retail, excuse me, there's an argument where people are like, well, you're going to go retail. Well, maybe you can catch them beforehand. So they're just indicators and they read data points every month, hundreds, if not hundreds of thousands of data points on people. It's just people data. So the long-winded story of this is you get one zip code on your basic subscription. You get pick your one zip code at your backyard, I would recommend. And if you wanted to upgrade, you can get more zip codes, you can get more county, state, and you can get nationwide. The cool thing, what I was able to unlock for everybody is inside of here, the drop-down menu. If you use one of these search features, so Jamil's, mine, as long as it fits in that box, we're giving you some of the AI technology in there. It doesn't matter what state, what zip code you're in. Let me zoom in my screen for you. Edwin, give it a little bit bigger for you. So I hope that makes sense. So we're giving some AI technology in here on the quick searches. Use those to your advantage. If you don't need them, no big deal. Neil, so there's that. Neil, we now have, I'm just going to go through all the highlights. This is beta testing. No, this isn't live for everybody. This is an exclusive. Like I've made one video on it. However, I haven't even had time to go deep into this. I found a bug, but other than that, and they said they reported to me today it was fixed. But let's just say you wanted to do something like give me the 3 best zip codes in Arizona with single family properties with an AI score of 700 and above. Arizona single family properties with AI score, wholesale, I should say. AI wholesale. Let's see what it says. Now you can voice the text as well. And I believe we can layer this too, and we can keep beating it up and stacking the prompts to refine our search criteria, which is pretty awesome. So let's go in to see what it did. Single families and 100 wholesale score. We have 15,000. But let's see the zip codes it gave. So you can see this spread out pockets here. It should have given me a zip code here. I should have said 3 best zip codes in the counties, maybe. Well, that's why we're beta testing. But as you can see what we're doing, guys, single family 700, and it isolated us into some sort of pockets. I just need to see what those are. And let's see if we can refine this even more. Now, I haven't played with this a lot. And let's go. Now give me the 2 best counties in Arizona for this data. What do they know about AVM amount? The same as ARV. That's an algorithm score. It is essentially the ARV, but it's a artificial valuation is what that is. All the hedge funds are using it, but essentially it's like your estimates. Take it with a grain of sand. So guys, play with, and when this goes live, we'll have this ready. And I think, we'll try to have some of these easy prompts here for everybody, but I thought that was pretty neat in that you can stack the data. So I'm going to go into it. It gave me Maricopa County. It gave me Pima County. So it's doing it, but it's maybe had a big challenge. It's so awesome. We're beta testing this now. Again, typically you don't want to go live on an environment but we're in the closed community. So I think it's okay. And you know what? I don't mind if we break things on when we're live. That's the name of the game. So that's a really cool feature. We're going to expand deeper on that. All right. What else do we have? So I want to stop right there. I spoke a little fast. I went through some things. I saw what is microfamily. I'll get into that. What else do we have here? Basic. All right. So Neil, let me keep going. Oh, we have Rose. What's going on? Rose, you can pipe in.
Hi. So when you were just talking and you said for the basic, it was just, what is that? It's just one state. Did I get that correct?
One zip code.
Oh, AI. One zip code.
Yeah. But
with AI. Okay. It's not just, that's just with AI. It's not with DealSauce. All the rest of this?
Oh, no. Yeah. That's just with the AI. So your basic subscription will give you one AI zip code. So you have to register a zip code.
Okay.
And it doesn't matter where. And then I do believe every 30 days, they allow you to switch that zip code, which is pretty cool. You just got to email support.
Okay.
Yep.
And then were there glitches with DealSauce? Because I know I have like Evelyn in the Bronx. She was trying to get on and she's like, I think there's an issue. And then she screenshotted it and she's like, I couldn't get on. So I didn't know if there was a glitch today with that. Or...
I don't know. I didn't hear about anything. And typically we're going to be putting out a live message. It's probably going to be on the launch pad here.
Okay.
We're going to have banners and announcements, and when Pace and Jamil go live, all those things. I didn't see anything in the notes in my Slack channel, and I can check. Anytime something like that happens, guys, I'll put it in the side chat. It's support@DealSauce.io. You know what? Honestly, Rose, the other day, my assistant said the same thing. She goes, hey, I'm having troubles. I tried a VPN. I tried non-VPN. I tried this. I tried that. I sent it to my dev team right away. And he's like, I don't know what to tell you. He's like, I can't duplicate it.
Okay. And then here's my other question. So if somebody asks me, what is the difference between DealSauce and then just going right on Zillow or Redfin? Isn't like that doing the same as DealSauce?
Well, not really. I mean, if you're going to go comping, we're never going to be, no one will ever be Zillows and the Redfins and the realtors. Those are some of the examples we've used with the dev team. They get so irritated because they're like, guys, we are not deals.
Zillow.
Zillow. He's like, those guys, I mean, no one is. So, but we're trying to bring some of those elements in here and others. However, I mean, I can't just go search a property. Sure, we can go look at this. I'm buying this right now. Right here. This was on market, but you can't go on Zillow and I can't go get the owner's name. I can't get, Michael's name, his equity, piece. These are the things I care about. If your mailing address is different, where is he at now? And the statistics of the house. I mean, yeah, you can get some of them. And then the mortgage data. I'm taking this over subject too. This is crucial for me. And the interest rate it's 3.1, something like that. So, I mean, it gets it right next, real close. That is just a clear, I think every investor, and I've said this, and I think at our table, I was saying this, I think everybody doing real estate, you need to have one of these softwares at the end of the day. Yeah. Sure, I'm going to pay for the tools that I use, but at the end of the day, also, like when you invest in these tools, you're now a professional. It's like having that LLC. At the end of the day, too, I mean, you could go on the county and I could go look up the tax card and what that address is and find out their information. That's lame. So.
Because they'll have it all here.
I mean, we're compiling.
Yeah, it's right within one.
Yeah, the end of the day, too.
One search.
The next thing is I'd like to have the skip traced information, like right here. Next thing you know, obviously we have all of our agent data readily available.
That's there.
Before and afters. Now, that's on the fix and flip. Typically the before and after photos, I do like seeing that. But yeah, little bit different.
And then you can eliminate on the comping, right? If I remember, you can eliminate the properties that you don't want, kind of
Absolutely.
like who did that? Privy, right? You
Yeah.
could take some of them off, which
So-
which I like that feature. And PropStream I was in with the group, and it just seemed like it was just so much. You know, I couldn't just X that one out, X that one out.
Yeah, no, and I like, believe me, in a Privy they were a lot sexier and aesthetically appealing. That's what Jamil and his team and Jimmy, they were really striving, getting those features. And the dev team kept saying, like, we can get the features, we'll make it, but it's like, then we'll just dress it up. We'll dress it up. So there's a lot of the features that they wanted in here. Yes, the thumbs up, the thumbs down. The other thing is, I think I'm not sure if it's here yet. Let's see where it is. I know we were working on the county data and MLS data.
So it's going to be in here on one of these,
It's going to be in here now.
an extra, whatever, drop down.
Well, here's your MLS sold status. Maybe it's not out yet. I thought we had it out. I thought maybe I saw a demo of it. So yeah, but the comp, same thing, up and down. There's two ways to comp in here too. This is the quick and dirty. This is the quick and easy from right from the card itself, right from this property dashboard itself. I mean, we can just hit Google. Again, maybe the agent forgot their information in here. We wanted a quick Google search button in there, but also the comps. So your comps are right here. And you can also.
So you're going to just go into that property right there and then hit comparables, and it's going to bring you the comparables for.
Yeah, in rural markets like what I'm in right now, I have to do a little bit. I have to do a little adjusting, but that's common.
Right.
But that's giving me a mile. Probably put this 2 miles. I'll play with it another time. But yeah, for sure. It's gonna bring up what it thinks. I know I test things all across the markets, all across the country. And I actually yelled at these guys. They were giving us, I think, 30 to 50 comps. I said, time out. Guys, that's way too many.
Yeah.
How about like 10, 12? And if we want to get more, we can add more. But they were filling this page up too much. So I do know other markets, it's a lot better.
Okay.
But yeah, so click on the button, get your comps, adjust your features up there, adjust these, toggle these around, the bedroom bath counts, your distance. We try to keep it into a nice parameter for everybody, but there's nuances. There's things where people add garage bedrooms. There's square footage issues that are not on the tax card. So you guys are gonna have to play with it. You might know some outliers that we don't. Also, do you want to have condos in there, townhomes, multifamilies, apartments? I don't know. And then maybe we don't want sold we want sold, but not maybe active. But if we see something pending, I typically like to keep my eyeball on it. So definitely play with these averages. And then you can underwrite to in the back in the property cards as well. So you can comp in here as well. Going back to those property cards. Now, if I brought that property over, we could essentially do some comping in here. I didn't want to get too deep in here, but if we went into maybe another strategy here.
Okay.
I may have another video on that for the sake of time. But what
I'll look on your YouTube for that.
Yeah. So like even right here, comparables, I think it's right here. Get insurance quote. Hold on. Comparable properties. Now it brought up 3 on this one automatically, but we can view the comps again. A little bit different. And now we could get rid of these. We can put more in, and then we can generate a report from here. So we could generate a report now. And it's a pretty good looking report as far as maybe if you're looking to give it to your partners, your other investors, maybe compiling it for a private money, for a pitch deck, for asking for money for a fix and flip or something. So there's ways we can you can pitch in here as well, or put a prospectus or a deal sheet together.
Okay.
For a possible lend. We actually have offering in here too.
Make an offer?
Yeah. It generates, we're going to try to customize this even more, but it's sending an email.
That's huge.
Oh, that's cool.
So again, I think for me, I'm going, yeah, cool. Like DealSauce branding is fine. Like I love it, but we all want our company logos. And so we should be able to, the other big feature for me is I wanted you to come in here and be able to customize the whole thing. Like have your whole team, all your logos and whatever you want around, and make this whole place your own. So let me dive into that a little bit deeper next time.
Sure.
I haven't played around with the make an offer in a while, but I think we can rebrand this ourselves too. So you can start doing one-off emails. Now it's not an LOI blaster. It's not going to do a MailChimp 1,000 emails at a one click of a button, unfortunately. However, this is for more sniper approach. And I actually need to start using this more because this is what I like to do. If I'm stumbling around searching low equity deals, days on market, and especially in my market, there's not a lot, but sometimes I just use random ones. Let me just send it out. So
great. Okay. Thank you.
You got it, Rose. Good to see you.
You too. Ran home from work early.
Hope I didn't get you in trouble.
No, I went to work early. I ran out early and they're like, where are you going? I was like, I got to jump on this call at 6 o'clock. I got to go.
I love it. Hey, it was
Yeah.
good seeing you in Dallas too.
Yeah. Yeah. You as well.
All right. So let me get back into the property search section. So we'll just go anywhere. I'll just do Florida. Again, the whole state. Now, some of you that are new, right away, you're going to see these blue highlighted deals here. These are all wholesale deals from other wholesalers. So these are available deals in Florida that people are posting, other investors are posting. So feel free, if you're a buyer, take a look at them. There's other ways of monetizing this as well. The other thing is if someone's not in here and they're not seeing these and you know you can be a connector, that's a way of making money. Like, oh, I know someone who's buying in Jacksonville, or I know someone who's buying in Largo. Let me see if I can do, I don't know, maybe get a bird dog fee. So just be astute at what you're seeing and what markets you're in and what deals you're seeing, because if you know a list of buyers, there's another way to make money. And it's literally just saying, I'm getting the deal here, marrying it to someone else and making it, and then keep moving. So bird dog, yes. All right, so we went over the AI. That's the AI technology at the top here. Now, just like every other platform, I'm going to get to the point where customizing is exactly what we're doing, because this is what we are. We're customizing this to our own needs. But you have your property evaluations, great. Your bedroom, bath count, seen it all. We've all seen this before. Lien data, ownership, same stuff. Years of ownership. Again, I'm not saying anything new. It sounds like I might be to some folks, but this is all very boilerplate. Get your loan and equity data. We played around with this. We added a different toggle. So maybe you can just go right to your equity. It's the same thing, loan to value and equity, but some people wanted a different equation and a different way to interpret it. So we gave it to them. So that's all your mortgage information. Listing information, this is where we're getting a little bit more comprehensive. Coming soon, I don't care for. Off market, that's supposed to go away. But the canceled, the withdrawn, the expired, sold, those are all things that are different designations that the agents can mark a property. Now, I've seen stuff that said it was sold, or I know something was sold and it was marked canceled. So you got to be careful. And I wanted those all in here so we know. What's the difference? Great question. What's the difference between canceled and withdrawn? I actually don't know the exact terminology, but I can tell you now, if someone cancels because maybe the agent and the seller just agreed, like, hey, it's not selling, we're gonna pull it off the market for now. That might be withdrawn. They might label it as canceled, or you may have phased out of your 6 months or whatever your contract was with the agent, exclusive agreement, and they canceled. Withdrawn, you can withdraw it. With expired, of course, it's expired. What I just said, going along to the expiration. These terms have been interchanged. So be very careful. Expireds have been called expired when they were sold. So I wanted them all in here for our sake, but at the same time, searching the expireds is any one of these is really helpful. So use those to your advantage. The profit potential, that's relatively new. We're running your profit. So if we wanted, let's just say you wanted 40%, it's gonna, of a market, and you wanted to find deals that were on market, that was gonna run it at a 40% profit margin, it's gonna analyze that AVM or that algorithm number, that Zestimate number that we all know. It's going to use that number based on what it actually is selling at or for. And it's going to say, well, hey, look at they want $100,000. It looks like it's worth about 200, 250. Well, that falls into Justin's bucket of 40% or more deals. It's going to bring those in front of us. And most likely those are going to be distressed properties or under market value properties that are on market. Can we find rentals? I am bringing that in soon. So Chris said, is there a way to find rentals that are good to acquire rentals creatively for Airbnb? I would say finding subto deals creatively. I mean, that's what they are. So we can get those for sure. So withdrawn means it's still under the listing contract, but not on the market. Canceled, expired means listing contract is over. Okay. Thank you, Steve. So Chris, I can get into subto deals. But guys, what I was trying to get at here is right here. This is customizing at its finest. Double closing. I mean, we asked and we get. We just put a request in. This is what I wanted, and this is what we want, and this is what we're getting. So I think this is pretty awesome. This is good for finding wholesalers, finding transactional lending and or opportunities, finding cash buyers who's buying the deals locally. So, we can look and see, give me deals that were double closed. I need to niche this down. I mean, I can give you a perfect example. I actually did this as a test, and I found a local wholesaler that I know by chance right here. So I'm looking for a double closing right now. This gentleman right here, he's actually the agent on it too, but his name is Johnny DeVito. He's a wholesaler. And I came in here and I was testing our double closing. And right here, Eagle Creek Properties. He ended up acquiring it for $160,000 from this person here, Eagle Creek. Eagle Creek then sold it to Thomas for $195,000. So that $35,000 difference is shown right here. Same day recording, double close, seller transaction in there. Thomas is the buyer. Now, is Thomas a fix and flipper? Well, that's good to know. Let's look up Thomas and his information. And it shows that Thomas is the owner now. Well, it looks like he already has a property here too. So he might be an investor. That's now someone, I just got a lead. So that is a feature that, again, I don't think PropStream has it. We're calling it double closings. I don't know anyone who has that. Now, can we get that in other navigating those in other ways? Sure. But we're compiling it for you. So I thought that was pretty interesting. Use that to your advantage. Not everyone has to use that. But again, this is where I'm trying to separate us from anybody else, because this community and the way he's building this and Pace and Jamil, what we want is what we'll get. We don't have to go to the man on the throne, the unknown man somewhere, the hedge fund. That's all those companies are. All right. So at the bottom here, last thing I wanted to say, I was scratching my brain one day. I'm going, how about we just look for people at just not on pre-foreclosures? How about how many notices that they've received in X amount of time? Because they're showing a track record of, again, guys, I'm a fisherman. I'm trying to find creative ways to fish. That's my job. And now I go, I want to establish a pattern of bad behavior. I see it all the time. 2021 notice of default, 2022, maybe they skipped 23, got one in 24. They're going to have ones very soon, probably, most likely if a pattern is developing. So let's get in front of them. And too often, everyone else is door knocking, all the hot to trot ones, all the ones that are right away getting to the, the hot distressed. Let's go help those folks that are still in misery. So I know a lot of people have had success in that area. So I just wanted to give another perspective, another way of searching for opportunities. That's all, guys. So Neil, there's my elevator pitch for you, bro.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's significantly better.
What's that?
Significantly better.
Yeah, I mean, listen, they're going to have a lot more sexy features. They're a hedge fund, and they got a good head start. However, let's take a look here. Something else we're developing.
While you're pulling that up, why do you do a 15-year minimum for your microfamilies?
I think I was going to change to 10. Did they change that? They didn't change it already?
I saw that on a video.
Oh yeah, it still says 15 years here. I like a good senior owner. I love a multifamily senior owner. And I did realize recently I thought they changed it to 10. I got to tell them to. I was going to reduce it back to 10 years because 10 years is a blink of an eye.
Yeah.
For a retired landlord, but I've had a lot of good success, especially you and I are in New England. We have a lot of old multifamily owners here. So that's what I like. But yeah, we might refine that a little bit. And to be honest with you, let's take a look at this. Let's just do that search real quick because I think we can change that ourselves. Let's go look at the filters, ownership right here. Yeah. You know what? Oh, maybe I didn't do it. Oh, I went to 10. They just didn't change the verbiage. I thought so. And it's up to 600 AI score. But we can manipulate that right here. We can do 5. That's what I'm saying. Like, use my search feature. I believe it should still work and give you some of that AI technology in there. It's a little bit of a hack. Who has their hand up? I see a hand up. All right. Is it Pandit?
Yes, sir.
How are you?
If we were looking for cash buyers, would we be able to see their portfolios also?
Good
that is,
question.
Investing in more than one properties?
Good question. So this is a loaded question. I'm going to get to a few different components of it. So one of the areas is going to be above and beyond the basic subscription. I just want to be very, very clear at that, and everyone's on here. There is an additional tier that's, I don't know. At this point right now, it's, if you're doing your first couple deals, do not even worry about it. Don't think about it. It's for investors and people looking at high level fishing, we'll call it. But it's in this find, fix, and flippers, and I will get into that. That's where we essentially had a silver platter of private money lenders, note holders, fix and flippers, and landlords on a silver platter. Here you go. Here they are, and here's their portfolio. So my other workarounds, because again, I'm like, what about those in the basic? What about our normal everyday people? I still want to know when I type in Arizona, I want to scroll this like a slot machine here and let it spin. And then I want to stop on here. And if I see a blue little indicator or I see a little house or a little icon with some houses, I want it to be notified that this person most likely has a few properties. And so I asked the developers to do that for me, and I believe that is going to be coming very soon. So I'm going to have something on the outside here for everybody that just gives you an indicator that they might own one or more properties. So I think that's a pretty cool feature. Again, it's an indicator to show us. Furthermore, you can go in there. Let's, for instance, say this. Well, actually, this person does have a few properties. You can click on his name. Now, I have to figure out whether or not how much it's going to show you, because I have the high tier package. I don't like, if someone did a comparison right now, we can go do one, and I can run this simulation with the basic subscription and see what comes up. But this is just on the outside what you're looking at. It's got 81 properties, $33 million appreciation. Average purchase price is about $187,000 per asset. So does Barry or James Barry or Barry James, is he a good person to reach out to maybe seller finance deals, private money lending, who knows? So let's go. I want to show folks though what it looks like for on this other tier here. Let me type in, we'll go Phoenix, Arizona, the results. It was acting like it was in something else. Oh, I'm in a different program. I should be in that one. I had too many windows open. So we're going to go in this different tier here. Flippers, landlord, note holders, and private money lenders. So we'll go Phoenix again. We're going to go for private money lenders though this time. The landlord definitely takes a lot more time because there's a lot of data it's aggregating. So just know if we ever did the landlord one. This one does seem a little longer than normal.
What's that tier, that additional tier? How much more is that?
Landlords, wow.
So I think it's a one-time fee because of the data, honestly. So I think last I knew it was about $2,000, but you have it for the life of your subscription.
Gotcha.
And I think that was honestly to prevent, I think, a lot of, flagrant use or misuse. Yeah. So what we're trying to do here, and this is we're actively working in this sector right now. So to expand even deeper into these people. But this, Scott Gould, 91 deals funded. This is just Phoenix. Scott Gould probably does Mesa, Gilbert, Chandler, all the other places. So you have 91 deals in Mesa. Average deal is 1.1 million. Total funded $100 million. Portfolio might be small. I don't know. He has 135 notes. That's so bad. Deals funded 150. So he's a note holder. And then even more, we actually put flags. This is new. This is cool. I haven't seen this yet. So you can toggle between the note holders and the landlords. Guys, I'm seeing this for the first time. Sometimes we do things and they don't tell me. But all right, that's cool. That's a new feature. So we don't have to go back and search each one of these right here. Oh, cool. I like that. So you can go into Scott's portfolio. You can go do a deep dive. Doug, you sent me a direct message and we get out of that. Can you still pay once for life? Yes. It's a one-time fee. Yes, that's it we have here. So that's just what they're funding in Phoenix. Now we can filter this a little bit more. I'm trying to get more comprehensive in here, but we can fund, deals funded. You can search by the last 3 years, 1 year, average deal funded. So there's your private money lenders. And again, you can go into, fix and flippers. So your cash buyers, there's 4,300 in Phoenix itself. Open door, of course, there's the big dogs are at the top because they're flipping properties, rightfully so. 1,600 properties, flips, open door. But I liked seeing them in here because it tells me we're doing our job. You can filter them out. You can filter the big dogs out and just say, don't only send me the ones who do like 50 flips a year or less. What else do we have? So I hope that answers the question on the private money lending or your cash buyers. The other thing you can do, there's so many avenues in here. You can use your double closing. What I say is we did the silver platter service here because the data it's a lot of horsepower behind it. It's a lot of manpower. So if you didn't use the upgrade, I always try to think, what's the alternative? And of course, there's just workarounds. You were expending more calories to get to the same result. However, let's get out of here. Let's go into regular leads, residential. All this is changing, by the way, guys. This dashboard is getting dressed up. But we can go into cash buyers. We'll have the fix and flippers. So there's other ways, double closes. You'll have to do a little bit more research. All right. So Jen, I can show you the double closing piece. I'm going to go into Phoenix, Arizona. I'm leaving a basic search, organic, not touching anything else. Going to the bottom of my filters section, second from the bottom. And you can play with the time frame. So when, maybe there was a weekend, and I've had plenty of deals that happened where, you bought it on a Thursday and maybe it's a double close and it closed on the following Tuesday because of the weekend and wires didn't hit. So you can search that way and go backwards, or we just do a specific one day. Now you're going to get, it's not all double closes. It's not all transactional lending. It's not all the honey and the juice. You're going to get intra-family transfers. You're going to get, different quirky family quit claims, and you're going to get some things. We can't prevent any of that. We can put filter after filter after filter, but by the time we do all that, we can eventually get there, I would say. But I hope you understand. We're trying to get you really go in here and you can be able to make a quick assessment. So we're going to look down here probably at the lenders, the buyers, the sellers. So same day, this is just, it's a re-recorded document. Interesting. So again, move along. There are others that will warrant a deeper dive. And again, we can do that in other videos. I don't want to go too high level here, but we've picked out, I did one of this exercise with one of my friends, Eric, and we went in here. Out of like 5, we probably had 2 double closes. So yeah, guys, play around with it. All right. Any questions on anything I went through here? I know we went through a lot of just basic updates. So does anyone have any search criteria, any search points, any anything they want to go through to make them more successful, please, please, please speak up. I'm going to play around if no one has anything in the meantime.
Hey Justin, I got something real quick. Hey, what's up, man? First of all, I want to say thanks for what you did at Squad Up. I enjoyed you talking there. It was great. My question is about if I do direct to agent, I thought I saw some agent phone numbers. Am I able to download that with the list of direct to agent leads?
Yes, sir. So let's go, Florida. Where are you at?
I'm in San Diego.
What market do you want to go in San Diego?
I can go Florida where you're going. I do Florida market as well.
Cool. All right, I'll show you one of my other favorite tools, not just for you, Bruce, but it's going to be maybe we want to fine tune Florida a little bit more, but we don't necessarily know. We don't want to type in all the zip codes and counties. I might just do something like, I like my Polygon search. Everyone's seen me use that. We're going to get out of the Everglades. We're going to go Fort Lauderdale, West Palm, coast to coast, all the way up to Sarasota. So we're only going to get this information in here. So I did Florida. I did a custom search. And we just took the areas we want. That is one of my favorite tools. Now you can do that in the upper states where maybe you're going to get a couple different areas. You're going to stay out of a certain area, but you want to incorporate other ones nearby. Love that tool. So, all right. Then basic here. I mean, you want to just go, let me go backwards here. Active listings. Do you want to go low equity? Okay. Filter. Now we're going to get rid of the double closing. Do you want to keep everything else in here?
Yeah, everything is fine.
Want mobiles?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do mobiles too. Yeah.
Yeah, you should. Those are my favorite. So ownership don't really matter. Now we're going to give you low equity already. We have 2,900. You could play with this and do your own equity portion. I don't know. It's up to you. But I know Myron. I think Myron with LOI Blaster, he loves doing like 65%. I think we do 80%, but we can try 70 here. Let's see what it does. Oh, that's probably what I'm doing. So like 70% of the value. We're leaving that 30%. We can go up to 80 if you want. Maybe we're doing that. Maybe it's locked in. Hold on. We do 90. All right. Yeah. So it was locked in. That's maybe something I'm going to get rid of. Let's do this. I'm going to get rid of the low equity. We're going to put it in ourselves. All right. Yeah. That's a big difference. So what I did there, when we did the low equity button, we're locking a preset in there. So just be mindful if you want to just add your own equity value in here because we have 6,900. That's almost too many for what we just did.
Right.
It's just, I'm going to pull a small list. We'll go back to that 90%. It's 2,300. Perfect. Anything else you see in here? Do you want to go after a specific loan type? Do you want to get into VA loans or FHAs? You can.
Nope. Yeah, this is amazing. No.
Okay. So last sale date, we don't really care about all that. We're playing with the equity. So that's our outlier. That's the juice in our search. So we're going to take this, we're going to go backwards and we're going to go see results. Don't forget, if you do this search result all the time and maybe you like the parameters you search, Bruce, don't forget, you can save these search filters. It's going to save that identical search polygon box that you drew. Now, I have a habit of being a glutton for punishment. I'll draw that box a bunch of times before I save it. But you could draw that, you could save it, and then you can also make it a deal alert. It will alert you anytime something new comes in that's a low equity in that search box. So I can call this as Bruce's Florida search, and I can either toggle the deal alert on or deal alert off. And my assistant, she's done it in Tennessee. I still see a junk email come through with like Tennessee alerts. So yeah, it's for those who are constantly monitoring, but you can monitor anything you want. So, all right, we have our 2,300 wholesale deals, drop down menu, select all 20. It just rounded up to 24. So now the leads are in my bucket up here, my lead bucket. We can skip trace it. We can direct mail it, send it to our portfolio, which you could send this over into your portfolio and tag it Bruce's, April 7th, 2025 search, low equity, 90%. But at the same time, you're just going to download standard. I would take everything. We're going to throw everything at you. I think we're allowed. We've had a few people try to break it. I had someone try to export the other day. The developers were joking. They're like, hey, someone tried to export 40,000 records at once. I'm like, what are they doing with 40,000 records? So I think they're going to cap it at certain, like 5,000 per draw, just so you guys know. You can just do another draw. So what we're doing right now, Bruce, it's going to be running through. It's a bigger list. So it's going to give a couple minutes. It's going to export, and that's going to hang out right here when it's done. And when it's done, and all your data is still here from the other searches. And if there's something that you can't see, I bet you we can go find it if it might be missing. So we're always saving your data that you're searched. The other thing is if anyone's going to skip trace, I just want to make it known right now, there's a little notification bell up here. When your skip traces come through, they're going to be here to download. Now, we do send email notifications for the skip trace For some reason, I don't know if Google made us, if they put us in the good boy section, but we were in the penalty box for a while. They kept putting our emails into people's junk folders. So just be aware, if you're skip tracing and you're doing any exports, just look in that junk folder. Within 5 or so minutes of any type of transaction, you should get something. Do we anticipate ever doing actually, I'm trying to get it free, Jen. I'm trying to make skip tracing all free in here, trying to do the same thing. It's been a fight that Pace has been in front of for a while, but you know, there's 3, I've done this before. There's about 3 skip trace companies, providers in the country, 3 big dogs, everyone uses. So when you guys are seeing Deal Machine, you're seeing PropWire, you're seeing Skip Genie, and then you're seeing all these free ones, or you see the VAs, the virtual assistants doing them, and they say, do a subscription, $250 unlimited. Well, you're unlimited on a $250, it's going to be trash. It's going to be one of those, the 3 top, it's not going to be one of those. It's going to be the 4th, the 5th, the 6th, the 7th provider. So definitely be careful what you pay for. So we don't want to just throw free. We could throw free skip tracing in here. I'd be lying to people to say to use it. I don't want it. I'd rather pay for it. But until we can get that one of the big providers in here, we just got to pay the 10 cents, which is pretty good. Your skip tracing isn't working. I don't know. I gotta have numbers. So, all right, Bruce, let's take a look. I have it right here. Still with me, right, brother?
Hell yeah, I'm with you.
All right, cool. All right. Can you see my screen? You can't. Hold on one second.
Yes, I can see the Excel.
Oh, you can?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Downloads. You just haven't populated yet, but I can definitely see your screen.
All right.
Oh, it is right there.
Yep.
Oh, wait.
Vision. You have everything in here. So all your agent information, MLS current, right here. There's all the emails.
That's what I needed.
Names.
Privy doesn't do that. You can't download the agent's number, so this is going to really help.
Bro, Privy. All right.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm just joking. I'll be nice. But listen, we've been better than PropStream on this data. I can tell you that without a doubt. So our agent stuff, we're taking it serious. We're trying the best we can. And the other thing is, I was telling everybody, there's no excuse, Bruce, why you cannot. You bring my screen back up. This is one of my war cries. It was, if you only had a subscription, or how about this? I'm going to do one better for Neil. I'm going to divert 1 second. If someone else had a subscription, I heard Rose talk about a teammate. Guys, we're not charging $25 per head like anyone else's, PropStream and all them. I have people in here. I don't care that my agent, my friend, she hasn't been in 68 days. Now I'm going to yell at her. I was talking to her today. Like, hey, I gave you a free subscription. You're not using it, but same with, he's all right, Sean. But this is my team. This is people that I've let in here. That doesn't cost me $1 extra. It doesn't cost me anything extra.
Nice.
If I was to do it in PropStream, that's $225 worth a month on top of my subscription. So that's $350 a month to have my team. So we're trying to over deliver on some of these things, and we're not trying to nickel and dime. All right. So where was
Justin? That was
yeah.
awesome.
So last thing I'm going to say to folks that are saying like, all right, I don't have money for skip tracing. I didn't have money for a DealSauce account, but who's got a DealSauce account who can put me on a member? I can be on your team or your membership. Doesn't cost you anything. Just got to log on. You have your own log on, and you come in here, active listings. Let's go to Florida again, low equity. And we'll just go Babson Park. I don't even know where that is. Here you go. Click of a button. I can call Kelly right now. Phone number, email her, or take this property over to the email section, make an offer, hit her with a phone call as well, text her. And as long as you have a Google, if you don't even have a cell phone number, I'm trying to combat every person's excuse. Like, well, I don't have a cell phone. Okay. Well, do we have electricity? Yes. Okay, good. Then do you have an email account at the library with Google? You can get a Google account, and you can call from your computer. Go to the freaking library. I don't know. So it's all right here. And you can just go down the line and call. So that's like the park bench where you get dropped in the city. What do? I have not $1. Now, other people will make other decisions. I'm just trying to give a clear point of view to folks to go, I don't like excuses. There's no excuse. Literally, it's all right here. So, and then if they don't, agent information's in here, guys, which it happens, just hit the Google search right here. I guarantee you she's going to pop up in one of these, or just put her name in. Click of a button.
Love it.
Awesome. Yeah, Bruce, I hope that helps. And Bruce, come through anytime. If you got any other questions during some of the lives, I'm live on Tuesdays inside the Subto communities, and then Gator, I think, Owners Club, all of our new reach family. And I would say then my YouTube on Thursdays, for those folks that are not inside of any of our communities, I'm trying to just make it public Thursdays at noontime East Coast time. So I always encourage anyone to come in there if you want more.
Appreciate you, Justin. Thanks for coming.
You too. Good to see you. Puerto Rico. Unfortunately, not yet. Not yet. I wish. I saw something come through here not too long ago on a heat map, and they pulled it off. And I don't know if it was a glitch. So while I'm at it, let's go into the heat maps. Let's see if it comes back up. Yeah, I don't think so. Ooh, it just gives me the zip codes. Sorry, guys. It's extremely hard to get data in the rest of the country, the rest of the world.
For those blue listings, does it give you the wholesale deal, the terms of each of these deals?
Oh, right here, what's available. You got to reach out to them. Let me get one up. They make you reach out. So
Gotcha.
someone paid to put their listing on here. And I mean, you just reach out and then just ask them to send you the term sheet or whatever. And I would imagine the other thing is, I hate to say it out loud. The other thing is, there's your wholesalers, just reach out to them. Now you might have their email or their dispo person. So I don't know if we want to bother people all the time, but it's also like, hey, I know I have something in Tampa. You a buyer, or do you have a buyer? You want to squat up? So it takes like another person's deal, go to them if they have a buyer. So yeah, there's other ways of navigating this, but yeah, it doesn't give you all the terms. Just make contact.
Yeah, it gives you the contact. That's cute.
So what I wanted to play with is property, the flips by county and flips by zip code. We're doing flip analysis. We have about 12 heat maps that are coming out in the near future. This is 2 of them. So let's get in here. So it's going to show you hot markets. Now we need better legends. I keep getting beat up by folks who don't understand what a heat map means, but I clearly understand that not everyone knows. But red is a good thing. Red is expensive. Red is good. A lot of transactions, a lot of flips going on. If we're looking at flips specifically, obviously the whiter colors are not as great. But this gives you by zip code what markets might be doing really well. And then you can layer this data. You can use it for an educated guess. You can use it for an educated, an opinion on getting into some other markets. Maybe the U-Haul data you were looking at, or you asked ChatGPT, AI, whatever one you're using. Hey, what's one of the best markets in my, 5 states I'm near? Maybe you're near Georgia, Arkansas, Tennessee, Alabama, and then you just hone in on some of these other little outliers. Now, I like the secondary markets. You go to Birmingham. I know a bunch of investors. I've done deals here. But what are these little outliers? Or you start to look at patterns like, wow, that's really red up there. What's this little one in the middle? Average flip delta. So their average potential profit. Now, we don't know what they have for construction costs, guys. So I just want to let you know, we're trying to give you the averages of what flips are going for and what their average profit is. But they're about $118,000 on the average in that market. Next door, they're $79,000. So it's a more expensive, most likely more expensive, but it's a different margin. 333 flips. This one is using a comparison of 544 flips. So some really good data. So just trying to compound more and more data. So Neil, anything else you see? Anything you wish you had?
No, the one thing I'm thinking with PropWire is if I looked at a property and it was owned by Joe Schmo, it would say underneath it, Joe Schmo owns 12 other properties and these are the addresses, and gives you the interest rates and how much they have left on their mortgage.
So they're going to give you something very similar here then. So something like this, it will give you these, and it will tell you what, it give you some like the retail, it will give you some of the mortgage rates or some of the property data.
Yeah, it gives you all the property data.
See, we're doing it here, but I don't know. I just looked up, like these are the properties that are still left in my name at my house, my mailing address. So I just knew I'd pull some up. But yeah, I mean, then we can go right into here and just go into the deals. But yeah, I totally get it. And then I'm looking at all that stuff.
But they don't have like half the other stuff that you guys have. So.
No, I know. And that's the thing is what we're going to try to bring in next. I can only just tell people, but I think the proof is in the pudding, where we're just constantly putting in developing. But I want to bring in lenders. One of the big things, and this is going to be tricky, there are so many lenders trying to get into bed with a service like us. And if you guys just step back and imagine, they want exposure to everyone on here, including me, including Neil and everyone here, Bruce. They want you to fund your deals. And that's a great thing. However, we've got to be careful for that. But I'd love for you to come in here, have Gator, have your TC, escrow, title and escrow. Again, a lot of people are trying to do the one-stop shop, but if you understand who Pace and Jamil are, they literally are building all of the building blocks to have all the pieces. They're not just going to go source them from, strangers. So yeah, again, eventually all those things will be in here. One of the cool things, if anyone who's went to Squat Up Summit, Owners Club. Oh, what up, Sherry? I'll stop sharing for a second. So anyone who went to Squat Up would know that, Pace was talking about a new website they're trying to launch. I've actually been a part of that early on. It has nothing to do with me, but where I'm trying to figure out ways I can bring value to those guys doing it. But it's essentially a creative MLS. He wants to build an MLS. That's pretty awesome. It's pretty amazing. So we're going to try to have some of those features. Now, again, raise your hand in there if you're an investor and you want to just be a buyer and you want people to send you deals. That is one of the biggest challenges that I face especially for new folks. I haven't, folks that come into our community, they want to just be buyers, or they want to come in and do wholesale or something. But some folks just have money and they want to spend it. And that's great. They don't even know how to, I don't know how to teach them to be a beacon right out of the gate. They can't be a lighthouse with their buy box, but on that website like that, they can. So I think that's a really awesome thing. Also solving the homestead problem, the lease option and the wrap buyers. What if a lot of our deals and opportunities that we get as investors here, whether you're brand new and you have never done a deal, great. But I will guarantee you, if you stick around inside of the creative finance space, you will start to see that there are deals that just don't cash flow. They don't cash flow long-term, short-term, medium-term, co-living for one reason or another. So what do? Well, most deals should be a lease option or a wrap. And he wants to be able to marry those folks who can get a sub-2 deal, get qualified mortgage, be a homestead buyer, and we marry them to a deal. So I think that's pretty awesome. And I think that's going to be coming too. So all these components will be a part of DealSauce one way or another. And that's all I got. Any questions, guys? Sorry, I'm not Jenna, for those who get Jenna on the Mondays. She's great.
Well, thank you for answering all our
appreciate you
questions.
coming.
Very welcome.
Appreciate you.
Any other questions? Anything that anyone's getting stuck on? I was going to say, just take me while you got me. Let's go after it. But if not, I want to thank everyone for being here. We had a good little turnout here, about 50 of us at one point. And if anyone has questions on DealSauce, please go to my YouTube channel. Look at my name, Justin Tuminowski, or at Real Estate Justin. There's probably too many videos now. I'm going to have to stop pulling some off or remaking them or consolidating. But I'm always just trying to make a video on any little change and just to keep people up to speed. So please go in there as a DealSauce channel. And yeah, I'm live inside the communities on Tuesdays. I think it's 2 p.m. East Coast time. Thursdays, I'm live on YouTube, noontime East Coast time. So good to see everybody in here. If you need something, make a little comment in one of the videos inside of DealSauce. I see those comments. I try to respond to them. If there's something you want to get made, a video you want to get made, or hey, I don't know how to do, I don't know, I can't find X, Y, and Z. Help me find some wholesale deals in Marietta, Georgia. We can go for it. So, all right. We'll bring it to one of the live events, one of the lives. Great to see you guys. Have a good night.
Thanks, guys.